all starts with a kick. Mountain Dew Kickstart presents Battleground Kickoff.
WWE Universe, the stage is set for the final pay-per-view event of the biggest party of the summer, fresh in the wake of the 2016 WWE Draft. We come to you from Capital City with a huge night with enormous implications for both Raw and SmackDown Live, as both brands look to trump each other and become the brand of WWE. Now tonight it is all about WWE Battleground, so this is the Battleground Kickoff Show. I'm your host, Renee Young. Joining me tonight on the panel, please welcome the newest voice of Monday Night Raw, Corey Graves.
Rosters have been drafted, the battle lines have been drawn, and we're here in our nation's capital to show the leaders how you settle things the old-fashioned way, with your fists.
Perfect. Please welcome WWE Hall of Famer Booker T.
Hey, man, coming off last week, I cannot wait to talk about my Fave 5 draft picks. It's going down.
And please welcome WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler.
And all right, Corey, you're headed to Monday Night Raw. I got to tell you a few things about Michael Cole. Listen, when he's patting you on the back, he's looking for a place to stick the knife. So be careful. But tonight's going to be awesome.
Tonight is going to be awesome as we break down all things coming up here on WWE Battleground. Now, the only place that you can get your eyes on Battleground is on the WWE Network. So head on over to WWEnetwork.com. That's where you subscribe. That's where you get everything on the WWE Network. And there's a lot to offer on there, right?
A lot, I think, is an understatement. You get every pay-per-view that's pretty much ever existed, every WrestleMania. Plus, there's this new show I'm kind of fond of. It's got a lovely blonde girl as the host. Maybe you guys have seen
Kelly
it.
Ripa?
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
Yeah.
That's my show.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's really good.
You're much cuter in person.
Oh, thank you. I get that a lot. King, what's your favorite show on the WWE Network?
Well, I love all the shows on the WWE Network, but my favorite thing is about the WWE Network. You get all of that great stuff for less than 35 cents a day. Can you imagine that? 35 cents a day? Booker, even you can afford that.
I love it. I got that in my pocket right now.
Payphone. Yes. Good. Well, just head on over to WWEnetwork.com. That's where you can go and subscribe. It's $9.99 a month or less than 35 cents a day. So get on over there to get all things as we get set for WWE Battleground. Right now, we're going to take things on backstage to the social media lounge to our own Tom Phillips.
We are definitely going to take over social media tonight here in Washington, D.C. Welcome to the social media lounge here for the WWE Battleground Kickoff Show. So much going on here tonight. So throughout the evening on social media, you use the hashtag WWE Battleground. Now, I want to tell you what's coming up a little bit later on here in the social media lounge. It's been a huge week for WWE. The draft this past Tuesday on SmackDown Live. Unique rosters drafted by the commissioners and general managers of each respective shows. So now, tonight here on the Kickoff Show, I will be joined by our very special guest, the general manager of Monday Night Raw, the Hall of Famer Mick Foley, and the general manager of SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan. This is unprecedented. This is going to be so much fun, and you can get involved on social media. All you have to do is get online, use the hashtag RawGM and the hashtag SDLiveGM. Send in your questions, and in the live Q&A, you may hear your questions answered by Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan. Now, don't forget, all the action of WWE Battleground can only be seen live only on the award-winning WWE Network. And Renee, still to come, it's why we're all here. Dean Ambrose defends the WWE title in a triple threat match against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Tonight's main event is going to be epic. This triple threat match, Dean Ambrose taking on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And now, guys, it was actually earlier this week at WWE Live that Roman Reigns made an early return back. What do you think about him heading back into the ring before tonight's triple threat match?
Well, you look at what's on the line, the WWE Championship. You can't blame Roman for wanting to get as much of a jump start as possible to get back in the ring to be prepared for tonight.
I think he was just so anxious to get back. He got his dates confused.
Well, we're going to be breaking down tonight's triple threat match a little bit later on tonight because we've got a whole lot to dissect as the Shield get back together. But tonight at WWE Battleground, the face that runs the place, John Cena, is going to be teaming up with Enzo Amore and Big Cass to take on The Club, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. Now, one team is still working out the kinks, while the other one is dominated all over the world and continue to leave their mark here in WWE.
AJ Styles beat John Cena.
Hey, cover! But there's no official. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. The Club, Anderson and Gallows. Are you kidding me? And Styles is beating Cena.
I beat John Cena. AJ Styles beat John Cena.
You're standing in that ring with your club in your hand to cover up to prove you're not as good as you say you are.
AJ Styles beat John Cena.
No. On the stage.
You look good. Week after week after week. Beat up John Cena.
Once again, the Club stick it to John Cena.
What are you going to do? Beat up John Cena. What are you going to do?
You're gonna beat up John Cena. Now I need to worry about the Club every single time I step in this ring, every single match, no matter who it is.
No WWE superstar is coming out to help you. Help you. Help you.
AJ Styles said nobody would come to help John Cena. AJ Styles was wrong.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the size.
My name is Enzo Amore, and this right here, this is Big Cass. How you doing?
You come out here week after week and beat up John Cena. It's only a matter of time before you try to eliminate me and Enzo. So instead of sitting back and waiting, we stepped up and joined the fight. The club, they're about to realize they can't see me because I got the certified G's.
And you can't teach that.
Not only do we get to beat up John Cena, we also get to beat up Enzo, beat up Cass. You want some? Come get some.
We are a cohesive unit. The club is a team. Unlike you three.
Oh, wait a minute. Enzo Amore inadvertently takes out Cena. Is that a harbinger of things to come this Sunday?
This is an epic six-man tag team match, but one thing I just need to draw attention to is that this is the last time that we're going to get to see the club together because they've both been drafted to separate brands. How do you think that's going to affect them tonight going into this match?
I think if you have to pick sides early on, you got to go with the club based on chemistry.
Sure.
These guys came to WWE separately. AJ Styles and Anderson and Gallows came together separately and had sort of a reunion, okay? Enzo and Cass just decided it would be a good idea to get their names mentioned in the same breath as John Cena, so they show up and they think they're going to come save the day. The fact is you can't, in the short period of time that Enzo and Cass have been following around Cena, you can't establish that sort of chemistry. It's not going to work out.
Just throwing it out there.
Let me say something about this Enzo guy. I don't see how John Cena can align himself with a guy who was so stupid. He got fired from his first job because he couldn't even pronounce where he worked.
Where did he work?
Well, you know, he used to manage a Hooters, right? A Hooters restaurant. And a guy would show up, he'd greet him at the door and say, hey, you want to see a cup of haters? Hey, it's Hooters,
That
not
might
haters.
just be his Jersey accent kicking
And
in.
he needs to learn how to spell, too.
Oh, man, let's not sleep on John Cena, guys. John Cena's always been a locker room leader here in the WWE. I remember back in the day when John Cena was probably 10-time champion. He would be in the locker room just to make sure there was no mess at the end of the night. Now he's going to be mentoring two guys, Big Cass and Enzo. I think it's a great thing.
You think he's going to be able to have what it takes to kind of lead them to
It's almost like letting these guys know what it takes to crash that glass ceiling.
All right, give me some final predictions here. Who's walking out the champs in this six-man tag match? Graves, I'm starting with you.
That's it.
Spoken for.
Club.
Cena and Cass, Enzo.
All right, well, the clock is ticking
It's gonna be
down.
good.
We're less than
It's
an
gonna
hour
be damn
away from
good.
that all happening. But coming up tonight on the Battleground Kickoff Show, we're going to get our first taste of havoc when the Usos take on the most handsome duo in WWE, Breezango.
And that's not it. Later tonight, we're going to have massive six-man tag team action. Will the New Day's power of positivity be enough to overcome the Wyatt family, bringing down the machine? We're going to take an in-depth look at that coming up next.
These guys could be the greatest team in the history of sports entertainment.
Believe in the king. You broke up a brotherhood.
In our blood, we'll draw the battle lines.
Seth Rollins with the heist of the century.
Seth Rollins is no longer WWE champion.
This is the era of the Roman Empire.
Rollins is the champion. He's cashing in. Ambrose is champion.
I'll fight Roman. I'll fight Seth. I'll fight them both in the same night.
All three former members of the Shield for the WWE Championship.
This is a war.
We've got all the members of the WWE Universe making their way inwards to the Verizon Center here in Washington, D.C. And the Battleground Kickoff Show is brought to you by Mountain Dew Kickstart. It all starts with a kick. Now tonight we've got the longest reigning tag team champs, the New Day, meeting the most unnerving, creepy group to ever step foot in WWE, the Wyatt family. And tonight is the ultimate clash of positivity versus darkness.
Did y'all miss me? We have been locked away, but through it all, we have never forgotten what we stand for. This is a promise as much as it is a warning to everyone back there. The Wyatts are as strong as they have ever been, and that is how I know.
Oh, Brother Breeze!
Every time the New Day comes out here, everybody is having a good time. Unlike y'all, who come out here skeeting off all this negativity all over everybody, instead of concentrating on the power of positivity like us.
What's he?
I hope y'all understand what you have just done, my friends. I can see your future. New Day falls. New Day falls. New Day falls.
We're here.
Now the Wyatts, they always want to come out and scare everybody, right? How does he breathe in that thing? But the most intimidating thing about the Wyatts is their hygiene.
Yeah, we gonna roast them.
Who would come out wearing something like this? Who?
That's so good. We got him. But, you know, we should probably wrap it up. You know what?
The power of positivity doesn't really exist.
Now y'all can keep marching yourselves right into the mouth of the machine
With your jokes, or you can come to my world.
We gonna spray positivity all over that place.
Listen! Bray Wyatt is dangerous. Now they've invited us to this compound. And without even thinking, you just accept. Now we have to go and fight them on their turf where they have the advantage.
Find me. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall confess. I promise. We come from a world where the pains of reality are constant.
And you know the funny thing about pain is, right? It demands to be felt.
How far are you willing to go to fight for what you believe in?
New day falls.
If you don't see the danger that's in front of us, if you don't see the threat that Bray Wyatt is to us,
I know you hear me.
then I don't think that the New Day will be able to survive.
Okay, how can New Day possibly be prepared physically or mentally to face a team like the Wyatt family?
First of all, New Day is the longest reigning tag team champion of this modern era. Let's give them a lot of credit. The Wyatt family didn't do that. No other tag team here in the WWE did that. The New Day did. Let me tell you something. You look at Xavier, and he looked like a scared dog at times. But let me tell you something. You beat on that dog many, many times. You stick him in a corner. You go up to him, get too close. He might bite you. That's what's going to happen tonight.
Have you ever seen Xavier Woods in a state like this before?
No, I've known Woods a long time. We were in FCW, pre-NXT together, and I've been in the ring with Woods many times, and I've never not seen Xavier Woods smile. Even when he's in a bad mood, he can light up a room. He's always feeling just positivity all the time. But I've never seen him like this. This is genuine fear. Something's not right. That's not Xavier Woods, the guy that we all know and love. There's something going on in his mind, and it's Bray Wyatt's fault. Whether they can overcome that or not, that remains to be seen. I give them credit. You don't become the longest reigning tag team champs without being an incredible cohesive unit. But the Wyatt family are like nothing that New Day have ever seen before.
Yeah, well, one good thing for New Day, the fact is, this is the last time they're going to have to face the Wyatts, because New Day drafted to Raw, the Wyatts are going to separate shows. So, but they got to remember, the Wyatts are like, I don't know, like crabgrass or weed. They just keep spreading and growing, and they'll get stronger no matter where they are.
That's what I wanted to ask, is like having them going to the different shows to Raw and SmackDown Live, do you see them getting stronger by doing
more
that?
More dangerous.
They could be, or it could go either way. It could be the downfall of the Wyatts. Conversely, you can see for the first time a monster like Braun Strowman turned loose on his own. Who knows what he's capable of without Bray by his side?
Man. That dude, man, total destruction.
All right, you guys' final predictions. Who's going to be walking out of this victorious tonight? Graves, let's start with you.
Provided Woods can get his head right, I think New Day can get it done.
King?
Wyatts.
Book?
Why day?
You can't do that! What a cop-out.
Just did.
Well, we will be finding out very shortly as that all unfolds. Right now, we're going to take things on backstage to our newest broadcast colleague, Andrea DeMarco, standing by backstage. Andrea?
Please welcome my guest at this time, Zack Ryder.
Hey, Andrea.
Zack, what do you think your chances are of defeating the United States champion, Rusev?
Well, I know the experts don't think I have a shot. But me, I think I have a chance. And my dad, he's been texting me nonstop. He thinks I'm going to win. My mom, well, she's not so sure. But this is familiar territory for me. If I listen to all the naysayers, a little boy from Long Island playing with his WWE action figures would have never made it here to WWE. If people want to doubt me, go ahead, doubt me. The last time people doubted me, I walked out of the biggest WrestleMania of all time as the Intercontinental Champion. So tonight I bring the United States Championship to SmackDown Live. Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
All right, a pretty confident Zack Ryder hitting his. How important is it for Zack Ryder to get this championship and keep it, bring it on over to SmackDown Live? That would be huge.
The Intercontinental or the United States Championship is going to stay on Raw, and I'm glad Zack Ryder's dad was an inspiration and told him he can do whatever he wants. My dad told me I could be president. We're here in D.C. I'm wearing a tie. Guess what? Nobody's electing me. Okay? Just because your dad says it's coming doesn't mean it's true.
All right, I need some predictions from you guys.
Well, let's talk real quick about Rusev and how impressive he's been, especially since he put that big rock on the finger of Lana.
Looking good.
Here's what they always say: first comes the engagement ring, then comes the wedding ring. Then comes the suffering. And the suffering is going to be by Zack Ryder, I promise you.
Look, who do you see walking out of here with the U.S.
title? Zack Ryder has found a new found confidence. I see Zack Ryder going out there. I call him the ultimate journeyman. But tonight, he can change all that.
He's going to get it done? So are you going with Ryder?
I got with C-Ride.
King?
C-Ride.
A positive Rusev.
You're really batting against these two tonight.
Jump into C-Ride tonight.
Well, stick with us here on the Battleground Kickoff Show, because coming up, We are going to get questions from the Raw and SmackDown Live general managers Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan. Use the hashtag SDLiveGM and RawGM for the live Q&A coming up here tonight.
I've seen things that no man should ever see.
Dad, how long do we need to keep these up for? Awkwardly long.
I'm going really deep undercover.
All right, there you go.
What is wrong with you? You can't find good help around here?
It is a 32-man single elimination tournament representing 16 countries.
The WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
You're smiling, Noel. There's no smiling in cardio.
What if I did like a crop top, like sexy version of that? But it could be Cactus Jill.
Oh, this is awkward.
Welcome to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. If you're not excited right now, you better check your pulse. This is going to be one hell of a fight. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, the biggest event of the summer.
Whoa!
Go to WWENetwork.com now to start your free month.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Battleground Kickoff Show. We want to give a special thanks to Skillet for Feel Invincible, the official theme of WWE Battleground. It's off the band's upcoming album, Unleashed. It's available right now on iTunes and Spotify. Now we are taking things to this past Tuesday on SmackDown Live with Charlotte and Dana taking on Sasha Banks in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, things that could be indicative of what we're going to see later on tonight. The Boss taking care of business as best she could on her own. Back and forth, a few near falls. Here you see a backstabber into the bank statement, but the numbers game would catch up to Sasha. But you see the women's champion Charlotte with natural selection. Dana Brooke and Charlotte just too much for the Boss to overcome on SmackDown Live.
Here are your winners, Dana Brooke and the WWE Women's.
Okay, so it was a little much for her to overcome over there.
Corey talked like it was a big surprise or something. You know?
Well, speaking of big surprise, that's what we need to talk about. We don't know who Sasha Banks' partner is going to be. This has still been a huge question mark all day long. Do you guys have any ideas, any inclination of who might be walking out down that ramp to tag with Sasha Banks tonight? You look like you know, Book.
Oh, go ahead, guys.
I don't know who that's going to be, but I got an idea who she should pick. You know, I watched the draft, and Summer Rae was one of the last women to get drafted, and I just sat there and I watched her fume and I watched her boil, and she's got a lot of pin-up anger and frustration when she finally got drafted. I mean, it a little bit came out, but that's still there. She would make a great partner.
I absolutely agree with you. Graves, who do you think it's going to be?
We're taking picks. Speaking of the draft, someone drafted a little bit earlier, Nia Jax, one of the newest additions to Monday Night Raw. We know what she's capable of in NXT. She's been absolutely dominant. What better place to start her run on Monday Night Raw than right here tonight in Battleground?
Buck, what do you got up your sleeve?
Guys, I'm going to go out on a limb. I got it on good source, good authority. A Hall of Famer. Bona fide star, the lovely Lita.
Oh, could you imagine how wild the Verizon Center would go tonight?
Yes.
I haven't seen her here today.
Yes.
That would be unbelievable. Actually,
Lita.
Sasha
you know
Banks.
something that we don't know?
Yes.
We're going to find out very soon. But Sasha Banks, she sent out a tweet earlier alluding to the fact that she does have a partner secured for tonight. We have the tweet here. Hello, I found a partner for WWE Battleground. It wasn't difficult to find someone who hates y'all. I think it might be Nikki Bella. We saw her post. She was down at the Performance Center. Could you imagine if she came out here?
Guys, trust me here. Trust me. All right, I'm an insider. I know all of this stuff.
You've got
all
it?
right?
Lita?
Graves, what do you think that Sasha has to do tonight to really solidify herself as the Boss? She's been throwing that around for some time, but I mean, you know, walking out of a loss there at SmackDown Live, what's she got to do tonight?
Listen, Sasha's arguably the most popular female superstar on the roster. The crowd loves Sasha Banks and the Boss. Tonight's her opportunity to back it up. She talks the talk. We love hearing the Boss talk about what she does. Tonight's her opportunity to back it up. She found herself in a situation that could be tough. We know what happened 2-on-1 on SmackDown Live. This is her opportunity to redeem herself and prove to the world that she is as good as she says.
I predict that will be the shucky ducky quack quack moment of the night.
All right, well, moving on, talking about some deep history between some superstars here tonight. Tonight at WWE Battleground, two rivals that just can't stand to leave each other alone, fueled by jealousy and a lifetime of in the ring together and family history. Sami Zayn will once again step into the squared circle to face his former friend, Kevin Owens.
Friends are the family we choose.
He's more like a brother than a friend.
They are the ones we love.
We've shared every life moment really together.
We trust.
He was there at my wedding.
I was in the hospital when his first son was born.
Sami Zayn and his best friend, Kevin Owens.
But when love turns to envy, betrayal, greed, your best friend becomes your worst enemy. And the fight gets personal.
Enough is enough, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens with another powerbomb. This is business or is this personal?
Sami
was injured because I'm the one who injured him.
Sammy stood in my way. It was what needed to be done, and I did it.
It's because you resent me. The reason you didn't win the Royal Rumble match is because of me.
Kevin Owens cost Sami Zayn months of his career. And now Zayn going right after Owens. Zayn eliminated Owens. What a moment for redemption for Sami Zayn.
And the reason you lost your Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania was because of me.
Kevin Owens had the Intercontinental Championship won before Sami Zayn cost him the title here tonight. They were best friends. Now they're bitter enemies.
And the reason you didn't win the Money in the Bank ladder match was because of me.
These two have been destined to fight forever.
Oh, no. Right onto the ladder, bending Owens in half.
You know, I've been dealing with Sami Zayn. He won't leave me alone. Quite frankly, I think he might be obsessed with me.
Oh, wait a minute. Sami Zayn came flying through the audience and over the barricade. And on the attack on Kevin Owens.
This rivalry has become an obsession, and it's costing both of our careers.
This is a deep-rooted issue between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that goes back years.
I know my career's not going anywhere unless this is over, and guess what, Kev? Neither is yours.
That's part of that obsession we're seeing right here in this matchup.
No matter how personal our issue is,
it just comes down to doing what I need to do to get to the top.
Battleground is my chance to shut him up once and for all.
Right now, I need to get rid of Sami Zayn again.
Let's end this at Battleground.
You want to go one more time at Battleground? You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, to provide a little bit more insight into this long-standing rivalry between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, please welcome Cesaro. Hello.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming out here. I mean, you have been in the ring with both these superstars. You've known them both for a very long time. What do you think we're going to see tonight from these two? I mean, we've seen them going back and forth for some time, now drafted both to Raw. They come to a head again tonight.
Yes.
What are you anticipating from them?
See, what I'm anticipating is there's a sold-out house here tonight, and I anticipate them to blow the roof off the building, which is for me even more frustrating that I'm sitting here, because I've known those guys for a long time, and they always have, you know, their rivalry has been going on, like you just saw in the video package, for a long, long time. So I think the fans in here are in for a big treat, and for me to sit here and watch from the sidelines, it's like, you know, you just asked me that question, just pouring salt to the wound that I'm sitting here because...
Sorry.
No, because, you see, okay, because Sami said he cost Kevin the Royal Rumble. Well, Sami and Kevin both cost me the Intercontinental Championship multiple times.
So do you feel like you have stakes in tonight's match?
I just hope they settle their rivalry because I'm sick of them interfering in my matches. I'm sick of them interfering in all of WWE's matches because I came back and I was on a roll and I was going to beat The Miz and they interfered in my match at Payback. And then I had The Miz beat again, and again, they interfered because they just fight all the time. So, from a personal standpoint, I hope this is going to be settled tonight.
Well, do you think, you know, from a career standpoint, to everyone on this panel, is this good or bad for their careers, the fact that they both have ended up on Monday Night Raw? We heard Sami Zayn say he did not want to go to Raw. He did not want to be the same place that Kevin Owens was going to be. Do you think that this could be detrimental?
That's Kevin Owens, I think, trying to get out of a fight. I think, you know, it's always going to be one-upmanship in this business. It's always going to be one guy looking at the guy next to him and saying, hey, I know I'm better than this guy. I hope Cesaro feel that way. I mean, it ain't about going out there and making buddies, making friends, or anything like that. It's going out there and making a whole lot of money. That's what this business was made on. That's what the foundation was built on, and that's what these guys need to go out there and do. Fight. This is
Cesaro,
100%. I mean, like, that's why you have me here on a panel to talk about arguably what I predict going to be the best match of the card, because you have the best wrestler here on the panel to give his opinion, and that's, to me, I'm the best wrestler. I don't want to be on the panel. I want to be in that ring.
Can I switch gears a little bit?
Yeah.
After the draft, you was real vocal. All right, it's been all over, you know, the internet. What is it going to take for Cesaro to cash in?
It's already happening. You know, to me, I was vocal, but I just spoke my opinion. I got the chance, and I said what I thought. I said what so many other people wanted to say, and to me, I always deliver in the ring. I would give everything to be in that ring tonight and not on the microphone here, because I think and I believe firmly that actions speak louder than words.
Well, we're very happy to have you out here.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here, but I feel like we have enough people who are willing to tell you all about what they're going to do and when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. But you have to step in that ring night after night after night and always deliver. And
Does
I feel
that
like
suit Tearaway?
every single time, really, I'm
no politics.
All right, some final predictions from you guys. Who's going to be walking out here? Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens as the winner? Cesaro, who's going to win tonight?
Kevin Owens.
All right, Jerry?
Well, this is so personal. I mean, you know, there's a thin line between love and hate, and these guys have crossed it. I'm going to say Kevin Owens.
You know, when I first saw Sami Zayn, I thought no way he could make it here in the WWE. He's totally made me a believer. I got to go with Sami Zayn. The kid is good.
Oh, we're going to find out. But coming up here next on the Kickoff show, we get to that live Q&A as Daniel Bryan and Mick Foley will be taking your questions in the social media lounge with Tom Phillips. Use those hashtags, #RawGM, #SDLiveGM. It's all coming up next right here on the Kickoff show.
You didn't know what was going to happen or when it was going to happen or how it was going to happen.
There was a lot of tension.
I got my eyes open now. I hated it.
Swerve is back, and no one is safe.
You guys are being swerved.
And now, all 9 episodes available on demand. Swerve, watch anytime, on demand, only on WWE Network.
It is a very special edition of the Social Media Lounge. It is my pleasure to welcome in my guest today, the General Manager of Monday Night Raw, the Hall of Famer Mick Foley, and the General Manager of SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Hall of Famer also.
Not yet.
You didn't? Oh, you gave a great speech about Connor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Big week for both of you.
Yeah.
So would you like to kick it off here on the Social Media Lounge with some questions from the WWE Universe?
I would love to.
All right, great. Let's get right into it. First question here. What's the biggest change you think will be needed in this new era? Daniel?
So for me, it's taking the emphasis away from the management, right? Starting in 2013, when the Authority started taking over, it was all about like, okay, we're picking, this is who we want to be our champion because they're going to be a good media representative, you know? Shane and I, we don't want that for SmackDown. What we want is the focus to be on the superstars. Right now, there's an emphasis on us because this just happened this last week. But in 2 months, I don't want people even thinking about Daniel Bryan or Shane McMahon. I want them thinking about Apollo Crews or Baron Corbin or about the new superstars that are coming in on SmackDown.
I swear to you, he stole my answer. I remember how frustrated I was a few years ago when Daniel was battling the Authority, and I was watching as a fan, and I knew that when I was part of the Attitude Era, that one of the things that made it work is that if a guy had the hot hand, he got to play it, you know. So I intend to give the ball to whoever's hot and let them run as far as they can. And so I'm with Daniel. You know, I want it to be less about management and more about the superstars.
Fair enough. Move on to the second question here. This one's kind of fun. If you could each have picked one Hall of Famer for your brand, who would it be and why?
I'll take that. I feel this one. This might come as a strange choice because he's not a guy who can come off the bench and compete. But I would go with my mentor, Terry Funk, because Terry's a guy who absolutely thrives on giving out advice. He will watch every match. He will talk to every superstar in the card from top to bottom and dispense really solid advice. And I think in an age like ours where superstars are having great matches on a regular basis, it's hard to really despise somebody because there's a respect factor brought in when people are working so hard weekly. But Terry is a really good guy at blending the old school and the new school, finding a way to have matches that incorporate all those great moves while still making people feel something on a visceral basis.
I think Terry Funk is a great answer, but I think he would be mad at you for saying that he wouldn't come off the bench and wrestle. Because he still could. Yeah, I would actually pick Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was actually my mentor, or originally trained me, and I think Shawn can still go. And he would be a wonderful addition to the brand.
Look good in Dallas. One more question here. What are you each going to specifically do to revitalize the brands of Raw and SmackDown Live?
Oh man, I have to borrow. Can I borrow from your answer? Yeah. Again, I'm looking forward to the interactions with the superstars, male and female. I think if I have a strength, it was not only in decision making, but also the ability to interact in a way that was that helped others. So I want to put the emphasis on the in-ring action. I know being a 3-hour show, we have to tell our stories over a 3-hour period, and that can become difficult. So my hope is that I can help the superstars become the very best that they can be, because ultimately they're the people who have to carry those 3 hours.
For us, we've got some awesome, risky ideas that we're going to try on SmackDown. And some of them will hit and some of them will miss. But I think one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to push the envelope forward. But to see what those are, I'm not going to tell them to you now. You're going to actually have to watch SmackDown.
Tell me a couple
no, we're not going to help you guys at all. And that's one of the things. We're in this fun, friendly competition, like this atmosphere where we legitimately want SmackDown to be better than Raw. We want to do better in the ratings than Raw. We actually got more viewers this past week for the draft than Raw did. And that's something that we want to continue on a week-to-week basis. And we're going to challenge our superstars, both male and female, to bring the best of themselves each and every week so that SmackDown is better than Raw.
And I don't want to be the guy who cedes the crown to SmackDown. I'm not sure if you've ever seen Stephanie when she's angry.
Yeah, she slapped me. I've seen it.
I was the first person she slapped. I'm proud of that in 2000. But I want Raw to remain the flagship brand while seeing a vast improvement in SmackDown, which I have no doubt Daniel and Shane will provide. But it's a point of pride to make ours continue to be the flagship show.
Well, things are going to be exciting going forward with you two as the general managers of your respective shows. Thank you so much for joining us here and taking questions here from the WWE Universe. And don't forget, throughout the night on social media, use the hashtag WWE Battleground. Renee and company, some interesting things coming up for Raw and SmackDown Live.
Definitely lots of interesting stuff coming up for Raw and SmackDown Live. How do you guys feel about these new appointed GMs so far? How do you feel about them stepping into those roles?
I like the SmackDown ticket myself.
I mean, I'm a bit partial to General Manager McFoley and Commissioner Stephanie McMahon because, well, I ended up on Raw. So,
congratulations,
of course,
by the way.
Go team.
My favorite is Daniel Foley.
Come on, you guys. Really working it out here. Well, coming up a little bit later tonight, the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line when our current champ, The Miz, is going to be taking on Darren Young. That was actually earlier today that these guys are all getting ready for their matches tonight, of course. Darren Young trying to get a little bit of FaceTime in with his newly appointed mentor in Bob Backlund.
Watch that. Let's finish up with 50 more of them.
Darren Young looks ripped. Good for him.
He's working on that constant tendency to revert to barbarianism. I think that was the
I think that's a direct quote. Well, while they're getting ready doing some squats on the other side, the current champion, Miz, not really taking things quite as seriously.
So,
who are you to say how serious this is?
Look how awesome. Look at that. So sexy. Oh, you're honestly like the best champion this company has ever had.
Wow.
Love you. So
He's an A-lister, Renee. That's how he prepares.
Fair enough. Do you really think that the way that
He's the best champion ever? That's what you was going to say? I don't.
It's all about the mindset. It's all about the mindset.
Do you think that the way that a method actor is preparing is superior to the way that Darren Young is getting ready for tonight's match?
Well, listen, I'm a Miz fan, but I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm rooting for Darren Young tonight because I want the Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw. I think I've been very impressed by what Mr. Backlund's been able to do. I don't know that it's going to work, but I'm going to be sitting backstage watching this thing, and I'm hoping that Young finds his ability to revert to barbarianism.
All right, so you're going Darren Young tonight.
I'm going to have to. I got no choice.
King, who's going to be the Intercontinental Champion tonight?
Well, I'm going with The Miz because he's a very religious man. He worships himself, and you can't beat that. I'm going with The Miz.
But
you know, I got to follow suit. I got to go with The Miz because winning that first, singles championship is the hardest one to get. Trust me, I know. I had 35 of them.
You've been there. You've done that. Well, stick with us because coming up next, we're going to get the operation underway here in the Battleground Kickoff Show when the Usos look to rearrange the pretty faces of Breezango. It's all going down here next.
You are cordially invited to the most dangerous place on Earth. Courtesy of the Night Mayor of Suplex City. So be like The Undertaker, be like John Cena, like Seth Rollins, be like Goldberg. Find out what it's like to be victimized in Suplex City.
Product not yet rated.
In just 4 short weeks, the biggest party of the summer will be invading Brooklyn, New York, and it wouldn't be a party without the Beast and the Viper. A match 14 years in the making, finally culminating in the heart and soul of New York City, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton.
That match was 14 years in the making, but tonight, this is about a year in the making. We see the return of the Viper. He will be the very special guest on the greatest talk show in sports entertainment history. Of course, I'm talking about the highlight reel hosted by Chris Jericho.
We haven't seen Randy Orton in over a year. What do you think is going to come out here tonight and say, what's his big statement?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we know Chris Jericho is going to ask the tough questions. Mm-hmm. Where has, Randy Orton been? What has he been up to? Is he in shape? Is he 100% to take on the Beast? All of that's going to be asked tonight.
It's all going to be here.
So does Randy Orton know he's going to face the Beast at SummerSlam?
I would imagine he's caught
wind of it.
Well,
then I think his comment will be,
Well, we're going to find out because the clock is ticking down, but now it is time to get to the action. We're going to head down to ringside to Mauro Ranallo and Byron Saxton. Gentlemen?
All right, Renee, thank you so very much. And parting is such a sweet sorrow. Our swan song as a broadcast team here tonight, Byron, only fitting that it happens at Battleground because tomorrow night the broadcast battle lines begin.
Yes, sir, the dawning of a new era. Truly, the rosters of Raw and SmackDown will finally take shape.
Well, they will be drawn tomorrow night, but right now we are set for what should be a terrific tag team match.
Oh yeah, everybody, so soon. Come on, let's for the win. Come on, Samoa. Come on, Samoa. Come on, Samoa. Oh my God.
Two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. fraternal twin brothers, the Usos, looking to play hard in the paint tonight, Byron.
Play hard in the paint as we get Mara Uso crazy.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at a combined weight of 479 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
So the Usos getting set to take on Breezango in tag team action, and Battleground Kickoff is brought to you by Mountain Dew Kickstart. It all starts with a kick. Both of these teams known for their cavalcade of kicks.
And their opponents, the team of Tyler Breeze and Fandango, Breezango.
Yeah, the telegenic tag team known as Breezango.
Telegenic, I like that.
The Sultan of Selfies, Tyler Breeze, the Ballroom Group, Fandango. And both of these teams will be looking to shine, just like the title of huge WWE fan Wale's forthcoming album. Also, congratulations are in order for the rapper Byron on the birth of his first child.
Nice. Breezango as well as the Usos, newly drafted to the SmackDown rosters. You gotta believe this is an opportunity to build momentum going forward.
Yeah, both teams looking to impress SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon and GM Daniel Bryan.
These guys need tanning salons and baby oil like a fish needs water.
We welcome fans watching around the world on WWE Network and various other platforms, as it will be Fandango getting it started against Jimmy Uso.
Hey, you talk about the experience level. Of course, the Usos two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. There's some moves for you. Breezango only been together a few months, but really ended extremely well.
Leapfrog followed by a monster hip toss by Uso.
Short amount of time.
Quick tag made. In comes Jey Uso. Some tandem offense. The pendulum backbreaker.
Oh, man.
Quick cutter here by Jey Uso, and Fandango powers out.
Yeah, I talked to Jimmy Jay earlier, and they said, despite our past success here in WWE, we're starting over. We're looking at it as day one once we start on SmackDown. We're going to keep our hunger up as if we've never achieved anything here and work our way back to the top.
Knife edge chop by Jey Uso on Tyler Breeze, and that one lights him up. Oh, hot shot on the top rope. Another tag made, and double team action. Catapult right into a forearm. Oh, and that slingshot elbow. And Fandango goes for the lateral press, hooks the leg. And Uso just barely kicking out.
That's the example of what I was talking about. Only a couple months together as a tag team, but Fandango and Tyler Breeze blending so well and utilizing that tone of aggression to really maintain the advantage in this match.
And thus far, Breezango treating Jey Uso like House of Cards. Frank Underwood treats his enemies here in Washington, D.C. Rounding the high-flying Usos, Fandango and Tyler Breeze, of course, looking to make a mark in the tag team division. You talk about the Usos already having reached the summit on 2 different occasions.
Just look at the environment of tag teams on SmackDown. And you've got the Usos, you got Breezango, you got a new team in the American Alpha from NXT. So it's really an open playing field for any one of these teams to really stand out from the pack.
Cohesive tag team. Oh! 360 enziguri there by Jey Uso, and one for Fandango as well.
That clear lane is open.
WWE Universe here in the nation's capital, rallying behind the Usos. Tag made. In comes Jimmy Uso.
Down goes Fandango. Down goes Tyler Breeze.
Super kick to the midsection.
Uh-oh, watch him, watch him.
Samoan drop. One for Tyler Breeze as well, as Jimmy Uso is cooking here on Battleground Kickoff.
Oh, Fandango, I would not want to be you right now.
Oh, and shades of their late Uncle Umaga with that running hip attack in the corner. Back press hooks the inside leg and Breeze in to short circuit that pinning attempt.
Breeze almost. Oh, wow.
Supermodel kick. But there's a super kick from Jimmy Uso. Fandango, though, now with the cover.
Oh, wow, so close.
The action hot and heavy here on Battleground Kickoff. You can see both teams extra motivated tonight.
There's a hunger in the air to be great. And it starts here tonight for Breezango or the Usos.
Fandango perching Jimmy Uso on that top turnbuckle. Looking for a superplex, being blocked though by Uso.
Dangerously threatening area.
Oh, and a headbutt. Tyler Breeze gets knocked off the apron.
Oh, boy.
It's Jey Uso with Fandango in the electric chair. Oh, Tyler Breeze in to help his partner.
Whoa.
Oh, and splash.
Nice audible.
Now Fandango kicks out again.
What a match.
Frustration beginning to set in for the Usos.
And watch this again. Tyler Breeze thought he had saved Fandango, but instead, Breezango both get taken out.
And again, Fandango going back to the well with the corner mount. Didn't work for him the first time. Oh, but this time, roundhouse kick. Knocks Uso off the turnbuckle. Tag is made, and in comes Tyler Breeze.
Breeze thinking here.
Oh! Both members of Breezango missing. Oh, looking for that tope suicida. Ran right into Fandango's boot. There's a super kick for Fandango. Oh! And that reverberated throughout this arena. Tyler Breeze in trouble.
Uh-oh. Stand by.
Oh, tope suicida by Uso. And that allows his fraternal twin. Oh, but the Samoan splash right onto the knees. Small package. Breezango beats the Usos.
Here are your winners, Breezango.
A momentum-building victory for Tyler Breeze and Fandango as Breezango kick things off here on Battleground Kickoff with a victory.
No doubt about it. Breezango, huge upset over the two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. And watch this earlier on, Fandango tried getting involved, but some valuable time here. He would sacrifice himself in the process, but meanwhile in the ring, it gave Tyler Breeze just enough time right there to recover and score a huge one over the Usos.
I wouldn't say it was a breeze, but it was a hard-fought win for Breezango as they defeat the Usos here on Battleground Kickoff.
How about the love for Breezango? Unbelievable. Sold-out Verizon Center. Everyone's getting the dance in. Good for them. How important was that match for them
I
tonight?
thought Breezango was going to need a lot more time to mesh, to gel together, but they went out there and pulled off a big victory, two-time
It's amazing how much you can bond over tanning each other, you know? You think?
I said it during the match. I looked at Booker T. I said, these guys, they're going to be huge.
Money!
Huge.
Well, we are minutes away from Battleground taking over the WWE Network. Now, the only place you're going to be able to get your eyes on that is, of course, on the WWE Network. So head on over to WWENetwork.com. That's where you're going to get all of the action of Battleground and then a whole lot more that is all included when you sign up for the WWE Network. Focusing on tonight, we are talking about WWE Battleground, and tonight's main event, we have got a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. All three former members of the Shield, they knuckle up to destroy their former brothers and walk out the city of magnificent intentions as the top player in WWE and the WWE Championship. Tonight, it is a triple threat match with Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, and it's all happening tonight.
We came in here, one goal in mind, knock down doors, kick everybody out of the way, and run the show.
These guys truly may be unstoppable. The hounds of justice are upon us.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta.
We're carved into stone. We're forged out of iron. The Shield is unyielding.
The Shield is the greatest faction I've ever seen put together. It was 3 stars that all brought something different to the table.
I think what really set us apart is our brotherhood. Nobody's ever gone out there and really showed teamwork like we did. We would cheer for each other, we'd coach each other. There were just so many things that we showed camaraderie within.
When you get that many talented guys together with that single-minded goal, you can move worlds.
This is the future. Believe that. Believe in the Shield.
We have no friends. We have no allies. We don't need them. We don't want them.
We were going to go out every night and be better than everybody else, and there was nothing anybody could do about it.
They approached it like us against the world, and they took their shot.
We don't work for anybody. We work for each other.
I knew that I was better than everyone. I'm going to say that right now.
We'll bend, but we'll never break.
Together, we're so much stronger.
We'd gone as far as we could possibly go as a group, and my ultimate goal was to be the very best, not one of the very best. It just wasn't going to happen sharing the spotlight with 2 other guys.
Power poisons the heart. It changes it from within.
Seth Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank.
Deception lives in the dark, but you can't hide from your sin.
Rollins with the heist of the century.
Every one of them is different, but their passion is to be number 1.
We will stand. We will stand.
The renaissance of the Roman Empire.
This is the cream of the crop. This is the best that there is.
Hope will be torn.
Seth
is champion. Ambrose in the briefcase. Ambrose is champion.
This is a war.
And at Battleground, it's going to be about what it's always been about between you, me, and Roman. Who's the best?
At Battleground, I'm taking back what's mine, and that's the WWE Championship.
I'm going to prove what I've known the entire time. I am the best member of the Shield.
It's not a joke when I tell you that you, Roman Reigns, or God himself, is going to have to pry this out of my cold, dead hands.
This is a war.